Ladies and gentlemen, guys and girls, welcome back to ACL's 2K series. I'm in Maniac, joined by Mikester, and we are very excited because it's that time of the day. It's grand final time, Mikester, and we have two of the best teams in the region going head-to-head.
It's always the best time of the day when we reach our grand final, especially when we have two great teams here in the series. Plantronics.Mindfreak taking on Curse Australia, the two heavy hitters here in this competition, first and second seed respectively, and now they've reached the final and they're ready for this best of 5 series.
It's going to be an amazing series, folks, and don't forget, it is a single elimination tournament, best of 5. These teams are going head-to-head to see who's going to take out this competition. We're going to jump right into the action here. Domination.Mindfreak, kicking things off with Dens from Team Curse and Mikester. Both teams very, very heavy hitters. And look, who are you expecting to take the lead here in this first game?
Honestly, you won't be able to tell until you see that first map to see how both these teams are playing in the day. Of course, you've got to keep in mind, Curse are using a fill-in in names of Luke, but he's definitely a top quality player, and he shows why he won ACL City over with Team Storm as well. He's blending in nicely with the Curse side, and right now, I mean, you're seeing already this B flag, already that cluster point over on the map. A and C control held by the respective teams, and no one's really been able to etch their way towards B because of the teams just playing so well over on just trying to hold out against that flag.
Yeah, and as you say that, I mean, a member of Curse was trying to make a move towards B flag, and that's what happens. They were instantly punished, and Fighter tried to make a move as well. However, Luca able to shut that down quick, smart, getting the solid 2-piece. However, look on the minimap, we saw a lot of players from Curse able to get control of that B. However, it wasn't meant to be. It was very quickly neutralized once again, and there's been no real advantage to either team. We're looking on board with Buzzo at the moment, team captain from Plantronics.Mindfreak, and they've got that 1 point difference that was from that little bit of B control, and I mean that little bit of B control, before Curse very quickly shut that down. However, look at this. We saw 3 members from Curse being able to be taken down. Damage got the nade out towards the middle, shots on there to take down Shocks. However, he was quickly then taken down subsequently from Buzzo, who is now able to make a move towards the middle of the map. We are with Luca, though, the fill-in for Curse, and as you said, from Team Storm, a very dominant player, Mikester.
He is, and I mean, no one actually wants to let B control go out of their hands. That's why it's still at a neutralized position. Every time they try to get on it, you see them get taken down. Will the team of Curse be able to actually hold this one? I mean, you see them actually be able to control that, and you see them actually rotate over into C. They're sending a play there. That player did drop, but he was just causing a distraction, and that's what he needed to take that flag out. They've got majority control here, and Luke still just holding in this crucial position at top red to be able to pick up a couple of kills. He will take down 1 in the process. Now rotating through the back. There's going to be 1 entering into red right here, but Damage takes it down naked. 1's on the side of Barrels right there. Den's going to be in the perfect position to take him down, but Shocks will actually take him. Fighter will take down a kill on Luke as Shocks takes down Damage. Still, Mindfreak, they need to go over to this B side. Now that they've gotten a couple of kills and they're trying to regain that possession, they're doing so nicely. They've taken down a couple of plays here, but I mean, naked, he jumped on straight into bullets right there.
He really did. You know, it's really interesting. I want to backtrack just a tiny bit where we saw Curse able to get control of this B flag, and we see here Fighter. I got to actually call the action that's happening in front of us because Fighter gets the 2-piece before he's taken down. However, just quickly, Curse mimicked what we've seen Plantronics.Mindfreak do in past series, where there was a lot of fight over the middle map. So what Curse did is they sent 1 player out to be the distraction, go back to the opposing team's home flag, get them to turn around, and while they were turning around, they did a big, heavy 3-man push towards that B flag. They're able to get control of it, and still, to now, they still have control of both A and B, and they're clawing away with the points. They currently have a 14-point lead. It's 15-41. Curse looking very, very strong, and look, Mindfreak are kind of scrambling to come back. They need to maintain composure here and basically get map control.
They do, but Curse doesn't seem to really want to be letting them have that. As you see the scoreline be 61 points to 44 with 1:13 left on this first half. Is just going to be rotating around over onto green. Now he's going to have a couple of players over onto the right of containers with the team of Mindfreak actually trying to rotate over for that. So we'll see Izzy now rotate back to try and make that, maybe not try to lose that flag, but regardless, it has at least been neutralized by now as the player will rotate over. Mindfreak cap that flag, and naked takes it down Izzy. Right here you see them pushing on and down. Dens will be able to take down 1, and there is still players off the respawn. They're trying to hold that A flag for themselves. you're going to be seeing Denza dropping right here still so close. Even though the scoreline says 71 points to 54, these kills just seem like it's 1 point apart.
Yeah, this is classically what we saw. I called it a little earlier. Mindfreak were able to go across, capture A. Usually that's just a distraction before they push hard to B. But they were able to manage to capture A. Then they pushed super hard towards B. They were able to get that back as well. Now we see Mindfreak in control of both A and B. Now, if this team can manage to stay alive around B and stop this aggressive push from Curse, which they were able to do there for a moment, they are able to get these points back. And in the last 10 seconds, those points are really going to matter.
They really are, and we only have a couple of seconds left in this half here as we'll finish it off with buzzing. But that's going to be the halftime scoreline of 79 points to 69, so it's only 10 points the difference. Now, 10 points in Domination is really nothing. You can catch back up in the first minute of a game there for that to catch back on up. And these players, the top caliber players here in our region, Australia and New Zealand, they're really just showing us what they got here, competing at the highest level. The grand final of this 2K series, capping their respective home flags there. C and A control. Mindfreak and Curse are going to be going on forward once again to try and contest this B flag.
Yeah, and this is really the action here at the beginning of this second half is really going to determine the momentum for the rest of the game. It's really hard to get a momentum shift. We saw Curse and Mindfreak both being able to do it by going for those opposing flags. And if you saw Mike, so it was pretty much relatively the same strat they did against each other. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens here. Naked jumps off to Doom. He got completely destroyed. Fighter back over here and able to get some sweet revenge. Gets the very solid two-piece, follows it up with 3. Where's the 4th player? Give it to me. He's over on Brad Box, spots the plays, gets the shots out, but not able to quite get it. But however, he is able to secure B, and this is Mindfreak in control of A and B, and Fighter in control of this bloody game.
Fighter's control of everything right now, and even though he dropped, he allowed his team the perfect amount of map control to just keep themselves with that B flag. They didn't even have any fear to have lost that flag, and I mean, Naked just jumped on board another player's head. He won't notice that, of course, we do with Oracle mode, but in the position that they have right now, they just need to be careful of the A flag because they've got B flag down locked.
What amazing positioning here from Naked. Picking up the 3-piece, spots the spawners, but no, he wasn't able to get his sight on them early enough, and Luca was able to quickly take him down. Mindfreak playing their best here in this game, and in this second half, going amazing. We're on with Shocks at the moment. There is a player around that corner there. Damage, the only one alive for Curse. And this is what I mean about momentum, Mikester. Mindfreak have it. They had it at the end of the last half, and they are carrying it here very strong into this second half.
They're just showing us really what they're capable of. And I mean, Mindfreak have taken the lead here. It's only by 4 points. Now increased to 5. And you see the gate just jarred open there as one player is blocking it from being opened here. You see there with Oracle mode. But they're trying to get a couple of shots in, and they're like, okay, you know what? We can't go through there. Let's go back. We have to double back. We have no other choice. And, I mean, that just wasted 10 seconds that they could have been spent fighting over that B flag.
That's right. And we are seeing the likes of Mindfreak currently walking away with the lead now, 114 to 104. This has been a massive momentum switch. So they're now 10 points in front. Don't forget, it was a 10-point deficit to them at the half, and they've come back in a very dominating fashion. 2 minutes 30 left, so we're 3/4 through the map. We're still on with Naked from Team Plantronics.Mindfreak, looking towards B. And look, this doesn't seem like a very long amount of time, but there was no action there. Nothing at all happening for a solid 5 seconds, and that really shows something. It shows how hard this Curse team have been pushed back, and look at Naked here, making the sneaky move up towards C, being the distraction while they're in control of A and B. This forces Curse to come back. It forces them to not have as strong a positioning and not as strong of a push towards B, just meaning Plantronics.Mindfreak still maintain that momentum.
They're sending a lot of players over there. And of course, they are now starting to lose that A flag, so they're like, you know what, we already got a neutralized flag. Let's get the 5-second cap in, and we'll be able to go ahead and take that one out. But I mean, they're able to get once again control of that 2 flag. And you mentioned it was 10 points at one point. Now it's quite a lot more than just 10-point deficit. You have one player over on the A side as well, trying to make something happen. That was Naked, and Shocks does fall from the 4 damage. It takes himself out there in this one. 90 seconds remaining in this first map of the grand final. 144 to 115.
Yeah, it was such a close game, but Fighter picking up the solid two-piece there, and they're just playing this perfectly. As soon as they lose a little bit of control on one side of the map, all they do is rotate around and get control of the other side, and they've been doing that all game. Only now are we finally seeing a little bit of a momentum shift, but still, C and B in control of Mindfreak. Curse are doing their absolute best to do something about it, and we see Issei here trying to hold on to B. There's a bit of breakdancing happening on the tracks there, but Issei's still here in B. He did have backup. The trophy system was down. However, B was only just neutralized, and Mindfreak still in the lead with less than a minute left. I don't think Curse can come back.
Yeah, I have to agree with you on that one. Just the team of Mindfreak just came straight back in this one, played extremely strong. And one thing I want to note, look at the overall scoreboard. The kills are ranging between 19 to 24 right there. There's no one just standing out. No one's hitting that 30 bomb. All 8 players here in this game are holding their own, and it's that close. The scoreline might be in favor by Mindfreak for quite a little bit now. That's because they've been able to hold this objective. In terms of kill-wise, it's been evenly spread through the entire game.
Totally agree, Mike. So we're just on with Naked here. He picked up the two-piece, and all were down for Curse. This is a dominating way to finish this game, and Naked knows it. He's celebrating with a bit of Vector Fire all over the place. And as you were saying, Mike, so I totally agree. The kills are relatively evenly spread amongst all players, and it just shows how these teams go about playing their game. We saw Curse early on do the old bait and switch with one of the flags, and they were able to rotate around. They got in control, and they were able to get 10 points in front at the half. However, Mindfreak burst out of the gate, and they just got control, and they maintained that and kept Curse held back on all fronts.
They really did, but I mean, that's just one map here into this grand final where it's a best of 5, so potentially we can see all 5 maps played out. Otherwise, we're going to be skipping straight off onto this, into this next map here. It's going to be the S&D, and we know how both these teams are strong. They've got their grudge matches going all the way through the roof here, played at multiple LAN events, played online so many times you can't even count it, and it's always gone, one team will take, sure, the domination, but hasn't stopped the other from coming back in the next couple of game types.
Of course, and as you just mentioned, both of these teams, not only are they best in our region, these guys have represented their teams internationally. They are the best that our region has to offer, and to have them here in our grand final is just amazing. We saw there Plantronics.Mindfreak able to edge away to take out the first game. You did mention our next game, of course, is going to be S&E. It's going to be on the map Sovereign. Both teams in the past we've seen play very, very strong on this map.
They have, and I mean, I'm surprised when we do see Sovereign, we don't see as many shotgun pushes anymore. We used to see Mindfreak when the Bulldog wasn't banned. They just used to run, two of their players used to be running Bulldogs at the minimum and just charging on down. Now with, of course, that being banned, they only have one sort of relatively good shotgun in play, and you don't see it come out as much as you would have liked. But, hopefully we might see that. Otherwise, I'm calling one of the players to have a sniper in play and a lot of assault rifles alongside the general vector play.
Well, let's see if your calls are on point. We're going to be getting into our next game of Plantronics.Mindfreak versus Curse. Up next, we'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It's grand final time here in ACL's 2K series. I'm in Maniac, joined by Mikester. We're heading into Game 2, which is going to be S&D on Sovereign. And we've had an amazing start to our series in that last map, which was Domination on Freight. Mikester, did you expect these guys to be coming out of the gate quite like they did?
I expected that map to be just as close as it was. I mean, I definitely thought maybe the scoreline could have been a little bit closer, but in terms of kills and in terms of just the way each and every one of those players were playing, I didn't expect any less from these guys. S&D Sovereign, though, starting on up, and it's going to have Curse on the attacking round. Luke going to be picking up the bomb, and generally you see Izzy the one who actually picks that one up, so it's going to be interesting to see how this plays on out. Of course, going to be going over onto this B bomb site. Izzy takes the first pick, shutting down Naked and bringing the numbers advantage in their favour.
First blood to Issei to take down Naked. That was some solid work there. Luca going up towards this B plan. Luca, for those of you who don't know, the 13-year-old boy wonder, he went amazing to help take his team to the first place spot at ACL Sydney, and here he is filling into it for one of the best teams in Australia, putting a plant down up against Plantronics.Mindfreak. Fighter being taken down in the background. So Buzzo and Buzzo, now as Shox was just taken down, Buzzo the only one left alive. They were some pretty bad shots. He did get the kill on damage. However, Issei very easily able to take him up, and Curse just like that take the first point in this map.
That's going to be round one, but of course it's only the beginning here. Issei, you see him here just wrap it around, being able to take out that kill and taking out that round for his team. Of course, he did very, very well, putting 2 kills to the board. Den's also got 2 kills, and Luke got the plant for himself, and of course, Damage helped with the assist. Now, for the team of Mindfreak, the only play that really happened was Buzzin picking off that kill, and now they need to change that one up with their attacking round. Going on forward, you're going to be having Naked with the bomb. Buzzin going to be chucking some stuns in there. He's going to get tagged, so he knows that there will be someone there. The Cook nade will go in, and there you go, picking off first blood, shutting down Luke, and you're going to be seeing the push on down once again, but Issei will shut down Shox. More tags happening, as you can hear in the background. Trophies is going to be going down. Unfortunately, a little bit too late to try and stop Naked from getting tagged, but still then, nevertheless, better late than never. 3v3 situation.
Yeah, that's right. Even money here as Luca and Shox both down for their respective teams. However, Naked getting a sass there. Damage getting the sneaky knife in the back of his head there. And he was taken down. Damage also to take down Buzzo. So it is left all up to Fighter up against 3 players. Issei, Damage, and Dens from Team Curse. AU in the bomb. Not in the best position. Finds a player on the stairs. And that's going to be Issei to quickly take him down. Curse getting the lead here 2-0.
They've started off strong. They just need to continue it on from here. Issei once again on the round-ending kill cam. He's so far managed to take out 4 players in 2 rounds, and he still hasn't died. So you've got to give credit for him at this stage. But it still is 2-0. We've seen plenty of 2-0s so far, throughout the day leading up. But sometimes the other team has managed to catch back up. So, if Mindfreak really will come back into this game, they need to start doing it. Now, they can't really just play, we got your hopes up. They need to start doing it, starting strong.
That's right, and we did see a little bit of a momentum shift in the last game where they were able to come back from that 10-point deficit in the half of that domination. But S&D, totally different game, Mike. So look, they're behind by 2 points at the moment. They really need to make a comeback. If anything works in their favor, it's the fact that at the beginning of each round almost feels like a new map, almost. So they can always kind of get that momentum shift. But with Shox dying at the beginning, followed up by Buzzo, nice 2 beats by Damage, I don't know if it's going to happen. It looks like it might go in the way of Curse yet again.
Ooh, nice shot there from Lucas. There's only 1 player left up for Mindfreak. That's going to be Fighter. He's wrapping around through the stairs here as he's checking all around. He will be able to spot one right in front, and unfortunately won't be able to be quick enough to actually take down the bomb planner, as the bomb has been planted. Still 3 players up for Curse. Now Fighter, he started off in a 1v4. He's getting tagged off once again, so the callouts are happening to where he's located, and he does spot that player, but the Damage spots him first, shutting him down and making it 3-0. Now we know Curse is strong so far in their S&D, and we know so are Mindfreak, but this really isn't the scoreline that I was expecting.
No, neither was I. I thought it would at least be, 1 point on the board so far for Mindfreak before Curse were able to hit the 3 points. They're halfway to winning this map already, and that's really interesting to see. And this is what I mean about momentum as well. They're still carrying it through. Mindfreak really need to bounce back. If they can get at least the first kill here, Meister, I think there's a chance of them coming back. But if they die first once again, I don't see it happening.
They're trying to mix it up here with their bomb carrier Naked going underground. You see tags happening, or you hear tags happening in the background as Naked just trying to check everywhere, just trying to make sure everything's clear. Buzzin takes down the first kill. Now, you mentioned about picking off that first kill in this round. Now they've done so. It's all about if they'll be able to continue it on from here. Naked, he started climbing up the ladder, he jumped off it, then he's going to finish that one up. Now they do want to go over to this A side, of course. That's why they went the way that they did. But it's all about if they'll be able to get this bomb down. Now, they need to cover research, and their players are doing so. No one is even there anyway. Fighter takes down 1 before he gets taken down himself. 2 players left up for Curse, and that's going to be Issei and Dens. They need to work their way between these kills, and I mean, Dens starts off to a great start, taking down Buzzin. 2v2 with the bomb being down.
Yeah, the bomb is down, so it is up to these Curse guys to make a move and defuse that. So it's going to be interesting to see if they can. It is over an A, as we know. Nate goes out there from Issei, but it's not obviously going to hit anyone in the background. Naked actually able to take down Den. So Issei only 1 alive, spots 1 player, shots go out. Naked able to get that. And as I said, it could have just been luck, but they got that first kill on Luca. They're able to carry that through, and they do end up getting their first point of this map, and were able to clutch that. So, it's really good to see at least they're on the board, and maybe this is where they can come back. I suppose we can only tell going by the next round, and if Curse are able to come back and get the next round, not sure how I'm really feeling for Plantronics.Mindfreak. However, they won the first map. They're coming back here, and I think that first point on the board is now going to give them a little bit of momentum, and I guess we'll just have to see.
We will, and I mean, for Mindfreak to take out this round, I'm really calling out Shox to make something happen. So far, he's 0-3. It's not something we're used to seeing from him. Shox there, just as I say that, takes down his first kill, taking down Damage for first blood in this round. Issei, though, is going to be running straight over into the B dom. He's got 1 player behind the boxes there, and of course, that player really won't spot him. But no, he does in the end. Unfortunately, Buzzer just really wasn't looking anywhere for him to be able to pick that one up. But still, the team of Mindfreak have the numbers, but Issei takes out the kill on Shox, shutting him down and keeping him on that breadstick. Luke takes down Naked, so it's now a 2v1 from a 2v3 that they did have at one stage. Fighter by himself. It's a little bit lonely out here. It's a cruel world. Can he take down 2 players?
There were some nasty shots by Issei before. I mean, he was getting fired upon, and he was able to drop it low like Lil Johnny. He ended up finishing off that kill. Fighter, as you mentioned, the only one alive for Plantronics.Mindfreak. 30 seconds left for this Curse squad to get that plant down. As you see, they are getting it down up on B, and both players are up there. Fighter knows this is going to happen, so he's going to charge on it. Finds one. Can he follow it up with two? Oh my gosh, I felt it. I thought it was there. Oh, wow. Issei just shutting him down. If those shots, look how full red he was. There's nothing but blood on his screen. How is he seeing? He was able to take it down with those vector shots. I was really, really feeling it then. I thought Plantronics.Mindfreak were able to come back to snatch that point and tie things up, or at least, sorry, get another point on the board, but it wasn't meant to be. And Mikester, you look devastated.
It was so close, because you even know from his perspective, Fighter thought he picked off that kill, and the bomb just took that extra bullet that he needed. But Shox opens up this round with a great start, taking down a double kill. Now, he lost his life in the process, but the bomb is starting to go down. So now it's up to Luke and Dens to maybe see if they can make something happen. The bomb going to go in, but luckily the trophy system was there to stop that from happening. Otherwise, that would have been a sure kill for the team of Curse. Now pushing on down, you do have, you heard shots in the background. Luke's just going to be checking everywhere, of course. Remington in hand with the hybrid scope. Going to be checking around this corner, and does spot that first player, taking down Naked. Plays in the corner, and Fighter will take out that kill. Dens now holding out. He did spot one. He took out the kill on Fighter, but Buzzin shut him down, and that's going to be one round closer that Mindfreak are trying to take. But, I mean, the scoreline there, 4-2. They just need to edge their way closer, you know, round by round, and not really focus on the rounds that they've lost.
Yeah, well, that's right. Couldn't have said it better myself, Mikester, and it looks like they are trying to focus. They're getting their composure back, able to take out that last round. So it's not over just yet. We're seeing Curse on the attack now. OBJ player Luca, he was showing experience beyond his years in that last round. He saw that player was out on the catwalk as he jumped around the corner. If his shots were a little bit more accurate, that round could have went a very different round, a different way rather. Sailor V, it didn't. Plantronics.Mindfreak were able to get the kill. Fighter now going to be your first death, followed up by Buzzer. These two very strong fighters being taken down very early. Issei dropped as well. However, it's going to be traded off for Naked, which means Shox is all on his lonesome here. Luca has the bomb in hand. He's going to be going up for a B plant, and Shox is going to see that very shortly. There's a player on the far side over towards the left, and as you see on the minimap, bottom center is going to be another player up in B as well. So Shox has 45 seconds to make something happen. He's going for the long rotation around. There's a player up the ladder, and here's going to be a confrontation. Let's see if he checks his corner. Will he do so? Oh, there's a player just there. It's not gonna happen. And let's have a look at how this looks from Dens' screen. He just needed to check that corner, you know, and he's right in there. You know, I don't blame Shox for not checking. You know, he had a lot to think about and a lot to do in a very short time frame, but it was right there, Mike's, and he just let it slip. And now we're going to be seeing these guys from Curse only 1 point away from taking a map.
They really are, and I mean, they will tie up the series scoreline to 1-1 if they are able to do it. But Mindfreak, they're on the attacking round here. They can make something happen starting from this round. I mean, it is still possible. You're 5-2 down. You can come back and win 6-5. Nades are going to be going out as well. One's going to be on the staircase there. Shox just slides on in over onto Nest here. Damage takes down Fighter for the first pick of the round. So it is looking good for Curse at the moment. But Naked shuts down Luke. More shots happening. More shots over onto the back of Blue there as Shox reveals his position. Now, we don't have any more kills yet, but a lot of gunfire happening across the board as Naked trying to just rotate around. He'll get dropped. I'm not too sure why he was so far out, but Buzzin and Shox now need to try to regroup together. Buzzin, the last one alive. He's going to get taken down as well. That's going to be the map 6-2 as Curse tie up the series scoreline 1-1. What an S&D map that was.
It was indeed. Now, we saw Plantronics.Mindfreak. They did take out the first game. However, that was a lot closer. I dare say this was a lot more one-sided, Mike. So it seemed that this Curse squad were able to come together and really bring it home against the Mindfreak squad. They got their lead, and then they just kept pushing it. We saw it was 4-2, and then those last 2 points just went just like that.
I mean, 9-3 for both Dens and Issei. I mean, they were doing something right to be able to take such a one-sided scoreline. That being said, I mean, we're finally, you know, going to be going into a blitz where the series score is tied.
Yeah, a tied score, and of course that's what we like to see, and we didn't expect any different from two of the best teams in the Australia-New Zealand region. Guys at home, what do you think about the action so far? Make sure you're letting us know. Follow the conversation on Twitter with the hashtag ACL2K, and make sure you're following us at ACL Pro. We're going to be jumping into Game 3 of Plantronics.Mindfreak versus Curse AU. It's going to be Blitz on Warhawk. Don't you go anywhere. Welcome back to ACL's 2K series. I'm in Maniac, joined by Mike saying, ladies and gentlemen, we have one hell of a series in front of us. We have the two best teams in Australia and New Zealand confirmed by this tournament so far. They're here in the grand final. Plantronics.Mindfreak up against Curse AU. 1-1 in the tournament, in the series so far. That's what we like to see.
Blitz Warhawk coming up next, and this will really be, the deciding factor to who will be going forward. If it is going to be Mindfreak and they take on forward to this next map, it's going to be a Domination up next, and we already saw them take that one out before. So
yeah, we did.
Possibly they can continue that one on.
Well, I dare say that's the way it's going to be going if that's indeed what we see here, going for a quick restart. So, look, let's just touch on what we've seen so far. We saw this squad, obviously, Plantronics.Mindfreak were able to take out that domination game that we saw over on Freight. They were behind by 10 points in the half, able to come back in a very dominating way. I mean, it was only, I think it was 30 or something points at the end, but they did finish it off in a very strong fashion. However, Curse, not to be outdone, came back 6-2 in that last S&D match.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely showed their strengths and weaknesses from both the respawn and the single elimination sort of game types. But that being said, it's Blitz. It's a respawn once again, but it's sort of different than the standard domination game. It's different to CTF as well to what the gamers are used to playing over here on previous Call of Duty titles. So it's all about who's going to really take the edge here. I'm actually thinking Curse to maybe take a little bit of an edge, but I'm really thinking it's going to be a 1 to 2 point game.
Yeah, well, arguably with the Blitz game type, you can kind of go for those kind of plays that you don't really see in other, or in something like Domination. You can go for those risky plays. You can go for those kind of changes. So, because obviously a respawn game type, but also you get rewarded for just being able to sneak around your opponents. Sure, there's a lot to it. There's a lot of strategy, and if you can set up and lock it down, yeah, sure, you can get that whole relay going on. But I mean, some people like Curse, I like to think of them as the team that can kind of mix things up a bit, whereas Plantronics.Mindfreak are kind of down the line. They have all of their own tricks of the trade as well. I don't doubt that at all. But, I really think they're more methodical, more strategic. Not to say that Curse isn't, but Curse just seem to be able to throw those crazy plays out.
They really do, and I mean, I guess we'll just have to see whether they'll be able to throw it out for this map specifically. Blitz on Warhawk starting on up now. We'll jump aboard with Fighter to open up this map, as you'll see him just pushing over through side fencing. Now, there is going to be a player in American to contest him, as the player is on Pro, and he'll be able to take him down, and you already see on the minimap a couple of players from Curse rotating around to see if they can stop him, because they know they don't want to concede the first cap in of the game.
No, of course, and there was 3 players of Mindfreak being taken down very, very fast, while Fighter is getting the kills here. Naked takes down Luca in the background. Now he's going to be trying to rotate up around here. There is a player just in front of the crates there, and he is able to get the jump shot there on Dens. He is full red. He needs to watch himself. He jumps up onto the bottom of the truck here. He was taken down by Issei. No points in the first 40 seconds of this game. Naked is down the middle here of the map in a probably a little bit of a risky position, but there's not really anyone to stop him. There is a player to the right. Doesn't spot him. Also almost steps on his foot there. As Naked's going to rush in, gets the knife kill. Is he able to get the first point on the board? He is. Naked from Mindfreak is able to get that first point.
You actually do notice, looking at the minimap itself, is that with the knife kill, you haven't alerted your presence over on the minimap. So if the call-out's a little bit late, they won't be able to react quick enough to actually go on forward. And you notice this with the communication. But in this situation, the Curse players were like, you know what, we're too far gone. Let's just focus on pushing over to the attacking round. They managed to get a cap for themselves, but Mindfreak answer back with one once again. And I mean, these relay caps, they're just going in strong. You're going to be seeing Fighter on one end, the Curse players on the other. We'll see if we can swap over to him. And that is going to be Issei, just waiting 3 seconds to push on down. The Mindfreak players are there for the waiting. He'll take down one, but there was a second player lying in wait.
Yeah, there was indeed, and we do see the guys from Mindfreak able to get that little bit of a lead. 3-2 is your scoreline in the first couple of minutes of this game. Naked being able to take down Luca in the background before being dropped himself. Dens is out in the middle of the map. We might jump over to, let's go to Shots from Mindfreak. He's only going 1 for 4, not really his style, so he's going to try and do something about that. First by taking down Dens, he's then going to try and push potentially past the truck here on the other side of the road there. No, instead he's going to get the headshot on damage. Tries to follow it up, and he does by taking down Issei. I knew my man's going to follow it up. Tries to get a third, but it's not going to happen. Dens was a bit too quick for him. Over with Naked now as he takes down Dens. He is full red. He's going to be pushing towards the side of the map, and we finally see another point on the board as things are evened up here, 3 apiece.
I mean, I definitely thought this game was going to be close, and this really has lived to my expectations here, as you're going to be seeing Naked just run around. The one player's right there, but you know, you're just going to think if you ran the opposite direction, if you ran around the Porter truck, he would have been able to get that cap in. And Shox actually is looking like he might make this happen, and unfortunately he just wasn't able to make that a reality. But you still see here the team of Mindfreak defense is just as important right here at this stage as offense, because Curse isn't haltering in pushing for their attack.
No, and look, as you can see on the mini-map, all of Mindfreak were pushed back. A couple of players were taken down, so we're looking at Naked. He's over on the left side. Able to take one player. There is another player over on the left there, so he doesn't spot him. And that was some really nice work by whoever that player is. He's down at bottom left. Let's jump on over here. That's Luca. And this is what I mean by these sneaky plays. He played that absolutely perfectly, and this is how you play Blitz. It's not always about getting that player, getting the kill on that player that you see, because it's just times like that where you need to get the points on the board for your team, and that has given them the lead.
I mean, Shox was able to pick off a nice double there over at the opposing side, but unfortunately, you nailed it right on the head there. Sometimes sneak play is definitely the best play to go about it. Now, Curse have taken the lead 5-3 here in this map, and 90 seconds remain in this half here. You have Fighter picking off one kill, who's rotating over to Gate to see if he can spot a second one. Now, there was a player there, but that player has duped around and trying to go through that mid-street. Now, he has dropped, unfortunately, and Fighter is looking for the one outside of Bakery. Now, they're eyeing each other down here, but the Curse player's on the head glitch. Unfortunately, I don't know what happened there. We just had a brief intermission. They wanted to have a little bit of a coffee break in mid-gunfight, and I mean, Fighter walked away defeated.
Well, gunfights get a little tiring. I kind of feel that. I think he just thought he was dead. Like, I thought those shots were pretty solid, but it wasn't meant to be. He was taken down. So, back on with the action. Naked is here, going to be pushing through very surely. He's got a teammate to back him up. There is a player just around the corner. Let's see if they run into each other. They will. That's going to be Luca. He gets to jump on Naked. Buzzo in the background is going to be taken down. Issei, Fighter, and Luca getting kills respectively. Luca picking up the big two-piece. Shox taking down Dens. We're with Luca now as he runs through Medic. Got Gate to the right. I don't think there's going to be a player over there. There is actually one coming through just as I say that, and he is right behind him. I don't think they're going to run into each other now, though. The last 30 seconds of the map, it is 6-4. Now, Luca needs to watch his positioning here. We're with him. There is a player on the flag, and that's going to be Buzzo. Gets taken down, and there was a point scored for Mindfreak. However, Luca able to answer back just like that, and this 2-point lead sticks with them.
In this first half alone, we've seen it go into a 2-point favor in terms of Mindfreak's control. Then for the next minute or so, or the next 2 minutes, it was in the team of it was no team's favor. It was completely tied, and it was staying from that point. If there was caps going in, it was cap for cap. Then we saw for the final plays of that half, the team of Curse, they've now had a 2-point lead, and they've been able to keep it in control as well. They've been going point for point. And Luke, I mean, you look at his streak right now, he's on a 6 streak. He might be 9 kills and 6 deaths, but he's also got 5 caps, and he's the reason why the Curse are in the lead right now.
Yeah, that kid is a freak. He is amazing. I watched him play at ACL Sydney. He went absolutely off. He got the whole team down there on stream. Everyone was going off, and here he is keeping his reputation by being an absolute gun here in this competition, and then just there destroying the face of Buzzo. He's going to need some plastic surgery after that one. He's going to be pushing through, very aggressive, not holding back. As a player in front of him, that shuts him down quick smart though, as Buzzo takes his kneecaps.
Going to be seeing them trying to rotate over as Mindfreak pick off a cap. Now, Dent is just sitting here in bars, waiting for the Mindfreak control to sort of slip on past, maybe trying to make them impatient. But, of course, one is about to enter into that area. The shot's out, and Fighter will shut him straight down. No sneak plays for you, he says, as you're going to be seeing Damage trying to get those shots off. He won't be able to make anything happen either, as Issei, the last one up for a moment, waiting for his team to spawn, and they're going to be all the way over on their cap point. So now they're going to be the ones that need to play a couple of defense. Of course, only 1 point difference. Naked pushing on down. He gets 2 kills, as you see him now trying to contest over on this cap point. He didn't see that player, but he still managed to stay alive somehow. 1 minute already into this second half. Shox is there to pick off those kills, and I mean, they want this cap. They're hungry for that cap, and you're going to be seeing them being able to go ahead. No, they won't. They'll get shut down just half a meter before that cap point. Still, the score remains 7-6 in favor of Curse.
That was so unbelievably close for that Mindfreak squad. He was just inches away from that goal, and they were slaying all over the shop, and it was such a heated brawl down right on the goal there of Curse, but Mindfreak just weren't able to capitalize. If he was able to turn and get the kill out, wasn't meant to be though, so that was shut down. So our score remains at 7-6. We're still with Shox, the crazy gun here of Plantronics.Mindfreak. As I say that, he was shut down by Dens, who was able to pick up the 2-piece. Damage as well, taking down Buzzo. This was the momentum shift, as we did just see Curse able to get another point, and they are now back to a 2-point lead.
that they are, but we'll just have to see if they'll be able to actually keep it strong and keep it consistent, because you have Shox wanting to push him down. Now he'll drop, but Fighter's going to be there to try and pick up the slack over on Game, but no, he will fall as well. Everyone I seem to be swapping on board with will die. We'll see what Izzy can do as Luke will take down Naked. Now Nade will go out from Izzy, but he won't be able to actually connect with that. He's going to enter into Bar now. He's going to have a couple of players to contest with if he wants to push it out. Now the question is, will he? Because the Mindfreak team have already got a cap in for themselves, so now it's back to a 1-point game, and he's trying to just get a couple of pre-shots in now. They know someone's there. Izzy's going to pick off Buzzin as well. He's waiting for the entrance of Bar now. He knows that there's one there. He's waiting for the player to push on down a little bit more, but he will get taken down. And you see the score 10-8, keeping their 2-point lead. And I mean, that's definitely thanks to Luke, who's got 6 caps, but also to Damage and Dens, who have 2 caps apiece.
Yeah, 2-point lead still we're seeing here to the likes of Curse, and that hasn't really shifted in the last couple of minutes. We're still with Fighter from Team Plantronics.Mindfreak, and we're watching him. There was a player straight down the alley. He hasn't been able to spot him. He's behind the pallets there. Let's see if he spots him through the gap here. He's over on the left. That was Issei. Very patient play. Nice work to take down Fighter. In the last 2 minutes now, we're going to be seeing what's going to happen here of this half. Now, Naked, I think he might have spotted the player, but no, that's going to be Damage, able to pick him off. Now we're with Buzzo. Shots going out, decides to run past. He's going to run into the next player, though. Issei able to take him down off the spawn, and then Damage getting shocks in the background as well. Fighter going to work to take down Luca. There was a player towards middle there. Fighter hoping he could get that nade off before he died. Unfortunately, it wasn't meant to be, as Curse get yet another point, but Mindfreak answer back. But still, it is now a 3-point lead to Curse.
That it is. Shox now wanting to push on forward. Now, did get a couple of free shots out that have alerted Curse to where his position is. Unfortunately, wasn't able to actually pick up that kill either. So you're going to be seeing now what the team of Curse can do, pushing off over on their side. They're leading here 12 points to 9. 1 minute remaining so far in this Blitz on Warhawk. And even though it's definitely mathematically possible, I mean, they only need 1/3 of the time remaining here to be able to actually catch back up, add another 10 seconds on top of that to get the lead. And I mean, it definitely is possible, but Curse definitely have a strong setup, stronger setup in my opinion here on this Blitz, and you see them most likely being able to get another cappy if they can pass that one player there for Mindfreak, and they do seem to do just that, setting up for that relay.
Yeah, and they were able to get that point there, as you mentioned, and now it's a 4-point lead with 35 seconds left. This is pretty much it, especially since Dan's shut down the Fighter, the player from Mindfreak, and they did get another point of their own. This is a 5-point lead, so it's no longer possible for Plantronics.Mindfreak to come back. So we're going to be seeing Curse here taking the lead here, Mikester. Very interesting stuff.
Yeah, and I mean, they're going to take the lead 2-1. Of course, for those just tuning in, it is a best-of-5 series, so I mean, we could possibly only be seeing a domination after that. But will it be the case for potentially? Will that be the last map? I mean, that's the question. I mean, they didn't win the first domination, but second domination coming up, they could just be their sweet spot.
It could be indeed. Look, all of Curse there getting kills right at the end. They were just basically this kill cam, and it was Dan able to get the team kill on Issei, which we always love to see. So as you did say, they are going to be taking the lead here in this series 2-1. However, it is Domination up next, and this is where we saw Plantronics.Mindfreak get that point that they got on the series score.
They did, but it's going to be Domination Octane. So far, we know both these teams are fairly strong at it. It's all about which team will be stronger. I mean, I think it's just going to be another one of those respawn game types where it's going to go down to the wire, and then at the end, a team's just going to break one out. We saw that in the Domination. We saw that in the Blitz, and it seems relatively even, with only a couple of points of difference, say in Blitz and in Domination, 10 points or so, and then it's sort of a team at the very end of the match in the second half will just take the lead.
Well, it can go either way, as Mikesy just pointed out. Now, we did see Plantronics.Mindfreak get that first domination game type. However, Curse have entered back with 2 more games, and they're currently in the lead 2-1 in this best-of-5 series. So, Domination on Octane is up next. Potentially our last map of the series and the tournament. Who's going to take it is going to be Plantronics.Mindfreak or Curse AU. We'll find out right after the break. Ladies and gentlemen, guys and girls, welcome back to the grand final of ACL's 2K series. I'm Maniac, joined by Mikester. It's 2-1 in the series so far. This is potentially our last map, Mikester.
It is, and it's Domination, Octane, and if it ends on this map, I'm going to be leaving this feeling a little bit disappointed. I want to see a map 5 at the end of that, so I'm actually going to be tipping Mindfreak to come back in this one.
We can tip it all we want, but this Curse squad are looking very, very strong. However, this is the second Domination map of the series, and the only one we've had so far did go Plantronics.Mindfreak's way. So let's see if that's going to mean anything, or the fact that Curse have won the last 2 games. Let's see. We're going to kick things off here with Naked from Plantronics.Mindfreak, going on the very aggressive push, going straight over to Curse's side of the map. He's going to spot a player very shortly. There he is. That's Dense. He's going to drop very, very quickly, and in the background we saw Shox was taken down in return. And look, these teams have their respective flags, as you can always expect at the beginning of this map. Nothing crazy at the moment. The only thing crazy was that Naked stayed alive through that. He was eventually taken down by Denz, though.
Yeah, he was. We'll stop over to Denz right now as you have his nade taking down Shox at double Humvees. You're going to be seeing them still wanting to go over to this B side. Of course, both players from either team just trying to watch their angle from the opposite sides of the map. No one's really been brave enough to actually touch and set foot in over onto that B container just yet. Players from Mindfreak showing that top container outside of Pawn and Diner right there is able to take down Fighter. You're going to be seeing Den now trying to rotate over into the top pawn to maybe get a better angle. Shox and Naked pick off kills, and you're still going to be seeing Iz actually clean up a couple as well. So we'll swap over to him. We'll see him over in bottom motel, unfortunately getting taken down.
There is a lot of kills all over the place, but nothing too exciting just yet. But as I say that, Dan's going to get the 2-piece. He was shut down there by Fighter, though. Jumping over to damage from Team Curse. He may be making a push here towards the container of Death here, a.k.a. the B flag. But it's not going to be, because he knows there was a player on the flank behind him. He really needs to watch himself. Player around the corner, that's going to be Fighter. I think it was Fighter. Yep, taken down. Buzzo and Issei both getting kills respectively. Now we are still with Denz from Team Curse, going 5 for 2 with 1 cap to his name in the early days of this Domination on Octane. Now there is a player over in B at the moment. That's going to be Denz. No, it's not Denz. We're on with Denz. That's my mistake. There's going to be a player of Mindfreak actually over in towards the container. Now we do see Denz getting the solid 2-piece out on Naked and Shox. However, that B flag is still neutralized, Mike, so neither team able to capitalize.
It is, but you've got to keep in mind that the score is still 1 point in favor of the team of Curse, because they were able to cap that flag a little bit quicker at the initial beginnings of this game. You can see the nades going in over onto that B side as well. Unfortunately, the player wasn't actually in the B, but he's going to get taken down. Nevertheless, no exception, says Denz, but he will get taken down. Now, he says the last one up. He needs to stay alive here and pick off these kills to stop them going into this B side. Now, we'll be able to take down 2, but he will get taken down from the 3rd. Now, it's all up to Buzzer to be able to actually pick off this flag, and he should be able to. There you go. Shox was keeping his back covered from the mechanic side of the map. Now, they've been able to keep this control, and the fact that no one was able to get into B for this long just shows that the teams have been really well at just setting up over on their respective sides of the map. So now that they've actually got control, it should be smooth sailing ideally for Team Mindfreak.
Ideally, that's what will happen. However, under a little bit of pressure here, Buzzo, he was able to get the kill. There is a player over to the left. He spots him, but he's run off. Dan's in the background getting the kill on Shox. Here's the player he was eyeing off. That's Dan's. He was taken down. I'm not sure if he spotted the second player that jumped out from that left-hand side of the map. He's just cruising around having middle control here, Buzzo. He's still alive there, we can see. Over with Fighter, his teammate jumps into the window there and was able to take down Luca. Buzzo and Shox both getting kills respectively. So Plantronics.Mindfreak are in the process of locking this down, and in fact, even going for the triple cap here for a moment. Fighter able to dodge those nades like the Matrix, and he was able to get out of there. He's going to spot a player maybe coming around towards the top side of this Humvee. I think he did spot him, but jumps out of the way just in time. Coming back, though, to take down damage. There's a player jumping out. It's going to be Luca. He's able to kill him as well. Fighter going huge here, securing C for his team here. That is a triple cap. Now, Curse going to try and come back, going away from this Plantronics.Mindfreak squad, which is what they had to do. They need to secure this A and then hopefully come back. However, that wasn't to be. It was neutralized, but I think we see the team of Plantronics.Mindfreak trying to get control of A once again. They want to stick with this triple cap, but Mikester, there's action all over.
There's nades just taking in every single play here on the map, but you're also going to keep in mind that so far no one actually has any flags. Everything's been neutralized. Mindfreak enter back, taking down C. Now you have Curse over on A and Mindfreak back on B, but for a stage, from a game that was triple capped, it turned into 0 caps, and Fighter just clears out this B side, getting a double kill. Buzzard gets a single. B flag will get secured there by them. He will get taken down shortly after, but right now you're going to be seeing possibly a triple cap. Once again, no Curse manages to retain control of that A side, and right now this score, I mean, it's just closing on down. 28 seconds remaining in the half, 73 points to 43. 30 points the difference, and I mean, the score just doesn't show what's been happening.
No, it doesn't. That was absolutely ridiculous. In the space of about 60 to 90 seconds, we saw a 1-point game turn into a 30-point game. And Plantronics.Mindfreak went absolutely off. They're going to try and finish things off here in an amazing style with a triple cap, and it looks like they may hold it. B's being neutralized. Fighter was dropped in the end, but it's not going to matter. They had that triple cap right up till the end. It was 85 to 45, your final score. Mike, that was ridiculous.
That's only half time. We still have the second half to come your way just in a moment. But, I mean, after all those players, who do you really want to jump on board with? I mean, there's just 8 players in this game that have just been going off.
It can go any way, Mikester. This has been an insane game so far. I want to see what these guys from Plantronics.Mindfreak can do. Stay with them. We're with Fighter at the moment. He's 13 for 11 with 4 caps to his name. He's on a 1-point streak because that's where all great things start. He was taken down there by Damage, and Issei able to take down Shocks. Buzzo getting some revenge, though. There was a play on the other side of that truck. Buzzo, I don't think able to see him, and that's going to be someone maybe gone for the flank there. No, jump right in front of him and just chill. Lay down. We're over with Shocks from Mindfreak as he gets dropped. This kill feed lighting up. We can barely keep up with it, Mikester.
We really can't right now, and you see that B flag, every time someone's got into it, they've instantly died. Now Naked has decided to elect to go over onto his A flag. He's going to try and get that neutralized. Will he try and go for the cap? It does seem like he might. The player's going to be contesting, checking left and right, and there you go. Just in the last moment, it was contested, so that flag will now start to get recaptured by Curse. And once again, we had all the flags cleared out. A flag being secured by Curse, but Mindfreak have no flags for themselves. And instead of going for something that was easy like C, they've gone over to this A side. They're contesting it. 3 of their players are down, but Fighter is, I was about to say he's good enough to do it by himself, but apparently not. He gets taken down. The nades are coming, and I mean, Mindfreak, they're spawning there as well. Curse have gotten that C flag back, and they're over on B as well. And I mean, this game, it's been 90 seconds into the second half. We've seen a heck of a lot of kills, but these flags, and
he followed up with
Shocks, 4th one into the play. He sees him, there you go. Takes him down. He gets a 5th as well, straight off the spawn. He gets shut down, but 23 to 15. Wow.
Do we just realize the amazingness that happened? Shocks got the equivalent of a kill tack here in this game. That was just amazing. He got 5 kills within the space of about 10 seconds. He went absolutely off, and now we're seeing Mindfreak back in control of A. I really thought they would have capitalized to get B. However, Curse were in a very dominant position until Shocks was able to get those 5 kills. So it was very impressive for them to come back, and now they're in great positioning here to make a move on B. As I say that, Luca was able to shut down Naked, and now we are seeing the guys from Plantronics.Mindfreak trying to get control of B as well. That player did die, so now it's 1 flag apiece with 2 minutes 40 left on the clock and about 50 points behind. Curse need to make a move.
They definitely do. You see Damage there on your screen. Takes down one. Dents takes down another one as well. B flag is neutralized, but they need that flag. They need to hold majority control for the remainder of this map, and then possibly even get a neutralization or a cap in at the same time. You're going to be seeing Damage just trying to hold off from top horn. You see him, we see with Orca mode where the players are, but Luke just charging on in, doesn't even care to try and pick off these kills. Now you're going to be seeing one contesting over on the strip truck. There's Naked, takes down Izzy, will swap over to him now. He's currently over on B flag, trying to get those captures in. He gets tags, but he won't be able to clean that one up. And right here, you see every player from every one of the, from both of these teams here, just holding these flags. Now Curse has a B control. Now it is still possible for them to catch back up
very easily. They are only 30 seconds behind with 2 minutes left. If my math is somewhere near correct, they may still be able to hold just these 2 flags and able to make a comeback. Now, I think they actually are going to be trying to maintain control of this. However, Plantronics.Mindfreak in the likes of Shocks and another teammate with him are going to get B control back. With 1 minute 35 left, Curse need nothing less than a triple cap if they want to clean sweep this. However, the motivation for Plantronics.Mindfreak, not only to save face and get bragging rights, they need this game. They need this match to stay in the competition.
They do, and if they do lose this one, of course, it will be a 3-1 loss to them. And I mean, if they don't want to lose just straight out. They don't want to lose at all. But if they do, they don't want to lose 3-1 scoreline. They want it to go down to the wire. But I mean, they've showed that they're still in this. It doesn't matter if they've lost a map or two. They're still this. They're bringing it to a map 5. And I mean, there's 63 seconds remaining. 132 points to 94. And I mean, you called it a triple cap is what's needed. And it really just doesn't seem like Mindfreak's going to allow it. They've got all 3 flags themselves. And that's just the final nail in the coffin.
That really is. And that's really, you know.
Oh.
Fighter, go for 3.
Hey!
Fighter, just bringing it home. You're making me excited, my friend. He is going absolutely off. Fighter, in my opinion, and I'm not just saying this because of what we saw, he's been my MVP of this entire tournament. He's going absolutely off, pulling out the most clutch plays. His KD doesn't show the absolutely insane plays he's been doing. 23 for 20, sure, but he's got 5 caps to his name. He's pulled off the 5 kills in a row before. He just got 3, followed up with more by taking down damage. This Curse squad cannot answer back. Tries to get more kills out, and he is indeed. He's going to take down team captain ESA. Where are they? Bring them at me, he says, because this Curse squad cannot stop Fighter. He's just dancing around, taking down damage. He's going to go in to try and secure C as well to get the 2 caps at the end to finish things off in the best fashion possible for Plantronics.Mindfreak. Fighter, you are dirty.
We're going to a map 5. We are going to a map 5 here to decide it all on an S&D. Down to the basics here. Buzzing on this round in the kill cam. The series score is 2-2. 1 map remaining. There's no more chances for a draw here. It's going to be decided by this S&D. Potential 6 to 11 rounds to come. It's going to be a tricky one. S&D Freight, what a way to end this game.
Freight, easily my favorite map. And look, as you said it, you took the words out of my mouth. There is no better way to finish this series of the 2 best teams in Australia. Plantronics.Mindfreak, your first-seeded team. Curse Australia, your second-seeded team. They've come through the bracket. They're seeing each other in the end. Best of 5 series. Game 5. Crazy stuff happening all over the place. Fighter going huge. The team of Curse came back. They answered that first game by winning the next 2. Plantronics.Mindfreak come back to win that 4th one. It's down to the cider, Mikester.
It is. And I mean, I was speechless at the end of that. I mean, what more can you say for this next map coming up after all we've witnessed in these first 4 maps?
I can answer that. I can't say anything G-rated. That's my answer to that. So we're going to be going into Game 5 of this Best of 5 series. We have the best teams in Australia. Plantronics.Mindfreak up against Curse AU. Guys at home, let us know what you think of this game. Who's going to take it out? Let us know. Follow the conversation on Twitter with hashtag ACL2K and make sure you're following us at ACL Pro. We're going to be right back with Game 5, the final game of our grand final. Don't you dare go anywhere.
Dream. Dream.
Guys and girls, welcome back to ACL's 2K series. I'm in Maniac, joined by Mike Star. It is that time of the competition. We are into Game 5 of the best of 5 in our grand final series, Mike Star. We have Plantronics.Mindfreak up against Curse AU. What an amazing series so far.
It really just stands to how these two teams stack up against each other. There's nothing but going down to the wire, and I mean this series is no different. We've had these teams. I know for Mindfreak anyway. I'm not too sure about the Curse team, but these teams haven't dropped the map until they reach this grand final. Now it's going down to the final, to the final wire. S&D on Freight. And I'm feeling around 11 at the end of this one as well. That would be the best way to end this one out.
That would be one hell of a way to end this series, Mike. And it's been an amazing series so far. We saw Plantronics.Mindfreak able to get that domination game at the beginning. We saw Curse answer back by taking out the S&D and then the Blitz. And then we went back to a domination, which is the map we just saw. Plantronics.Mindfreak going absolutely off, and we saw Shocks and Fighter going absolutely huge in that game. Obviously, we saw that whole team kill and then followed up with another kill straight after. I think it was by Fighter there. That was some amazing gameplay.
It really was, but I mean, back on the S&D, they did lose it quite convincingly there, the Mindfreak side. So now they're really going to be hoping that they can, take it out. I'm really looking at, Shocks and Fighter, as you mentioned, to go huge here in these games because they're going to be needing to ones, to sort of make those plays for their teams as well. Of course, alongside Naked and Buzz, and of course the Curse team, Dens, Damage, Ize, and Luke. They just every player so far in this series has been going off. They have made a couple of mistakes here and there, but the positives, really outweigh the negatives here at this stage, and this is really the highest quality of competitive Call of Duty here in our region.
It's true. If not the world, this has been some amazing gameplay by both of these teams. We're into the final game, and as you did mention, I think you hammered the nail on the head there. The fact that this is an S&D game type. Now, going into the fourth game, we said that it's a domination map. Plantronics.Mindfreak played really well in that first domination map, and indeed, they took it out, especially in the second half. They walked away with it very convincingly, finished off with a triple cap. They got a triple cap, I think, in the first half as well. They played really, really well. Now, S&D, they lost the second game, which is an S&D map, 6-2. That was even, I dare say, more convincing of a win for Curse. So it'll be really interesting to see if they carry that same mindset here through to this this last game of S&D on Freight. So would you kind of echo that?
I definitely would, but you also got to keep in mind that, recently, the team of Mindfreak, or both these teams rather, have had a lot of S&D practice as well, and it really just goes either way, whoever's playing the best on the day here. I don't think you can really predict someone to just take it out. Now, Curse, they have that already one map from S&D advantage, which definitely, could put them as favorites for this map. But being the fact that it's map 5 and Buzzin taking out that first pick, I mean, it's really just going to be situational depending on the round. I couldn't say it better myself. Luca, the man, was just taken down. He's going to be first blood in this last game of this best of 5 series. Fighter here playing OBJ for Plantronics.Mindfreak. Naked going to be taken down by Dens. We've got a 3v3 situation here. Not the best positioning for Mindfreak. Usually we see them at least crossing the tracks by now. However, they are biding their time. They know how important this is. This game is the last game of the series, no matter what. The winner of this is going to be the winner of this tournament and walk away with 2,000 MLG Pro points. That's a lot of Pro points there, and you're going to be seeing Fighter just creep his way towards the A-bomb here, as he's going to start to get this plant going strong. Now, he will be able to get that one down. It is still a 3v3 situation. Naked and Luke getting dropped from both of these two teams. You see him just hiding here on the dumpster. Now, it's worked out for him before, as Buzzin's just going to be looking back, just trying to cover the red windows and top red area. Now, you got Shocks just looking out the side of red as well. No one's really looking at that left side of the map. Buzzin still takes down Damage, nevertheless, as Ize now will try to rotate around. That play is still at the blue, white for the moment, as you're going to be seeing Dens just, he's going to be able to pick off one, but it is still a 2v2, 14 seconds left. He needs to get on this bomb now, and Dens just unfortunately won't be able to rotate there quick enough. That round will go in favor of Mindfreak there, as you see Shocks, from his perspective, about to pick off that kill.
Yeah, and it was really, really nice work there by the Plantronics.Mindfreak squad, able to take out that point there. And look, this is the way you want to start this final game. I mean, it couldn't go any better for them. And it's really interesting because, of course, we did discuss the fact that Curse were the ones that were able to walk away with the win 6-2 in that second game, which is an S&D map. And I really feel that if Curse were able to get that first point, I think that's kind of the momentum switch. It can always go either way. This can turn around easily. It could go 6-1 in the favor of Curse. However, I think that we can't understate the importance of that first round.
It's definitely a crucial one, but you can still come back. And I mean, just getting a couple of consecutive rounds here could be the difference as well that they needed to sort of mix things up. Now, you're going to be seeing 2 players from Curse actually go underground. Now, they've opened up the gate. The gate has made its fancy little noise, and they're going to be going on down over onto this B side once again. Now, the nades do happen. It will tag Dents, saying, do know that there is someone going to be going in through there. Izay will get downed, and that will mean that the bomb is also down over on that B side. Now, if one of the Mindfreak players has actually checked that, he will see that the bomb is obviously out, just out there, or just the fact that Izay does pick up the bomb a lot, so it's always a good place to check. Now the smokes will be going on down. Nade's going out once again. Den's going to be pushing on around here into Rolls. The door is closed, so we proceed to open that. And of course, it is still a 3v4 situation. No one else has dropped. 30 seconds, and they're really leaving these rounds to sort of intensify in these final moments.
They are, and Luca getting dropped because he knows that he has to make a move. However, Buzzo, easy kill there for Dens. He's going to be popping out. There is a player over in the corner. I was actually wondering if he was going to get the pre-fire out of the wallbang going, but no, he wasn't. And Fighter was able to punish him for it. Den's being dropped, so it's all up to damage. And with 14 seconds left, 2 players still alive. It could happen, but nah, it's all over. That's all she wrote. Going straight for the bomb. There's 2 players in a position there. He is almost able to get the kill there, but Shox cleans things up and is now 2-0 to Plantronics.Mindfreak.
That's... I don't know what to say after that. I mean, it's this complete opposite of what we saw in that first S&D, and I really expected this to so far go round for round. I mean, it's 2-2. We're on the final S&D. So far, we're seeing a dominating Mindfreak. Fighter and Shox yet to die. Now, you noted them earlier, and I noted them as well. They needed to go off if they wanted to win this map, and they are doing just that. 2 and 3 kills respectively. Fighter with the plant, and none of them have died. And you're going to be seeing Curse now need to change things up, but it is going to be Mindfreak on the attack. Fighter once again with the bump. You got Shox just sitting here with containers, with the Remington, and the hybrid scope, and Buzzin rocking the same thing as well. Naked just going to be with the red dot, and is just going to be looking around. Still these players, still 4v4. Nade's going to be going out, and they're trying to open up these players with a nade. Getting tags, and will he pick up the kill? It doesn't seem like he will.
No, he tried hard, and he followed up after the tags of the nade. He did get a couple of tags with the rifle, but wasn't able to finish it off. And look, more tags yet again, as he was trying to get the wallbang to finish that player off. He was full red, and he's going to be backing off here. Still, I was about to say no one died, but Buzzo finally able to take down Luca. 40 seconds left. Someone needs to make a move here. Shox taking down Isai as well. That's 2 down for Curse. And Plantronics.Mindfreak looking like they might take out another round. And if they do, that's going to be 3-0 in this S&D. They're going to be halfway to a win, and halfway to win in this tournament. As I say that, Fighter was taken down, but so was Dens, which leaves Damage all on his own in a 1v3 situation, and Shox is going to get this plant down very shortly, and instead he's going to just rush out naked, just going out and getting the kill instead, putting a bullet between the eyes of Damage, and that's it. 3-0 Mikester. This is some crazy activity from this Plantronics.Mindfreak squad, and they are really putting the hurt on Curse.
They really were, and I mean, it was a 1v3 situation, but it was possibly the best situation that he could have found himself in because the bomb was down over the bomb site itself. All he had to do was really watch that with 19 seconds left, picking off the kill of the next player charging over to that bomb. Would have just saw him possibly with the round if he was able to keep that going, but unfortunately he couldn't, and now it's 3-0 deficit. They can come back, but it's going to be tricky because Mindfreak are halfway there, and Curse still need all 6 rounds. Shox starts off the round brilliantly, taking out Damage, doming him, and taking off his head. Naked will take down Luke, so only 2 players left up. That's going to be Dent and Izay. One's going to be in red for the team of Mindfreak, and he's looking in sort of the same area, of course, but he's waiting for someone to poke out.
I'm just going to go back and watch the rebroadcast in this and laugh at myself as we were making predictions at the beginning of this game, because I never saw this coming. We're seeing Mindfreak up 3-0. They are now up, all 4 players still alive, up against the lonely Issei. He's got the bomb in hand, but up against a full squad of Plantronics.Mindfreak, I just don't think he's going to get it. And with the momentum they've got so far, it is going to be extremely difficult for him to do anything here. There's going to be a player right in front of him to the right-hand side. He needs to check all corners. Spots 1. That's Buzzo, so that's 1 out of 4. Now he's got 25 seconds left. Time is not on his favor, and look, he was pinched. He was pinched. He did his best. There was nothing he could do there. You couldn't hold that against him. Mindfreak 2, they were just set up way too well, and Issei was just stuck.
He really was, but Maniac, I think the question we need to ask ourselves, you mentioned about looking at the rebroadcast and just laughing at our predictions, but the question is now, will it be a 6-0 sweep?
Ooh, touching on some dangerous territory here. I'm not going to go anywhere near that call. All I know is that Plantronics.Mindfreak are playing some of the best Call of Duty ever, especially Shocks. 7 for 0, make that 8 for 0 because 7 is not good enough. He's on an absolute crazy streak right now. He has not died in this series. What player, answer me this, what player can go up against Curse, the team that came 5th over at the Call of Duty Championships in LA? What player can go 9 for 0, 4-0 up in an S&D in the grand final of a tournament? The answer is Shocks.
Yeah, he's shocking the world right now. 2v2 situation. He's still yet to die. Naked will take down one. The last player is at the back of Lumber, and of course, I'm just sticking on board with Shocks because I don't think he'll die for the whole map. He sees him. We're trying to get those shots off, and there we go. 10-0 for himself at the moment. They've won every single round, and I mean, can you get better than a 10 KD right now?
Well, we're about to find out in the next and potentially final round. Now, we were saying how an 11th game is always an amazing way to finish it off. Do you know a better way?
A
6-0
with at least a 10-0 sweep there for one of the players. Now, he's going to be on defense, and Curse, they're on their last legs because it's really about to be championship point here for the team of Mindfreak. They need one more round, and I really don't see them dropping any more from this. I'm going to leave it all up to the first pick, and I mean, I'm just highlighting Shocks to see where he's at.
Yeah.
And I mean, you're seeing the plays from Curse as well. We do have Deads taking down Fighter, though. That could be huge for them. We'll see if that'll work out for something.
Well, that's the first time in a few rounds that the team of Curse were able to get the first kill. Now, we're still with Issei. He's going to be pushing in. There is a player up top. Let's quickly jump over to Shocks. Still going 10 for 0. He's on this streak at the moment. He's going to be potentially running into someone. There's a few players down the far end here. We've got Oracle mode on. There's a couple of players to the right. Let's see if he's going to spot, and he does spot one that was jumping up high. Is he going to put the long shots out down range? No, he's not. There is a player just in front of him. Is he going to spot him? As I say that, his streak was ended, and not only that, the losing streak for Curse was also ended. It is now 5-1. Shocks was taken down by Denz there in the end. Could this be a momentum changer?
We mentioned about a 6-5 being the best situation. Then we said a 6-0 with Shocks going off. To top that, the best thing would be a 6-5 comeback from being 5-0 down. Just saying.
You can't do that, Mike.
It's a little bit unrealistic at this stage, but it is possible, and that's what the Curse team are relying on. Pre-shots out there from Shocks, unable to connect. Nades going out as well. 4v4 situation. Time is ticking. They're on the attacking round, and Curse, they know they can come back.
Curse, if they come back, they done change the game if they can do that. Because they will literally break this game, and most probably my brain as well. However, Fighter and Shocks are both doing their best to go against that and hopefully save my sanity as they do take down Luca and Damage respectively. Buzzo, captain of Mindfreak, was taken down in the background though, so he's got to sit on the sidelines as Shocks, Fighter, and Naked try to go to work. Fighter's still got the bomb in hand. We're going to be checking him out. He's looking across the track. There's one player up high we can see through Oracle mode. One player down low. Unfortunately, he can't see either. So he needs to just take his time here. 30 seconds left. That move is going to be made. Let's see if he spots his player on the right. Doing it. No, he doesn't. He gets taken down. Fighter being dropped by Denz. In the background, Issei gets a kill on Shocks as well. It is now all up to Naked. He's up against Denz, and Issei spots the player up top. That's Issei being dropped. One more player gets a pre-fire out. 15 seconds left. It's not going to be enough time for him to clutch this, but however, he still might be able to get the kill. But by the looks of this, I don't think it's going to happen. They're not in a good position. So we're going to be seeing Curse coming back with yet another point here. And look, they're still in the game, and Meister, you could be onto something here. I don't know. It will break me if it happens, but we're looking at 5-2 the scoreline at the moment. Plantronics.Mindfreak looking at victory here. They need one more round.
It's just one single round that they need. It's 5-2 so far. Curse have gotten 2 good rounds, but it's all about they need 6. They're 1/3 of the way there for the ultimate comeback here in this series. Now, Denz, the whole team of Curse, they're going underground. They're risking it for the biscuit right now because it's you just need to do a play that's just going to completely throw the team of Mindfreak off. They haven't heard a single sound so far. The gate has opened. They're pushing down. They're working as a unit. They're going over to this side, but of course one player is going to be sitting there watching. That is going to be Shox. The nade's going to go out, so they know now to back up. You see in Oracle mode, the players are just pushing out very quickly there, but the first blood will happen. Shox takes down damage. He's pushed on into rolls already, and of course it didn't really go in favor the way Curse expected it to go, but still, if they can bank off a pick, it'll be even Steven. Can they do it?
Let's see if they can. Issei with the bomb in hand, looking back towards the A plant. There is a player up high there. They're not going to spot each other from here. He has got thermal though, so let's see if he can see it. No, he decides to go down towards the middle, and that's going to be Buzzo that's able to take him down. Luca getting some revenge by taking down Naked. However, he then gets dropped by Shox. It's all up to Dent versus 3 Mindfreak players. Let's see what's going to happen here. The bomb's not in a good position. There's one player to the left. He walked right past him. There's a player on the right. Shots firing out. He takes down Buzzo. Turn around. There is a player. There's the next one. He was going to get it, but no. He gets shut down. Shox finishes it off. A little bit sloppy there by him in the end. He should have spotted that player. Whether it would have made a difference, who knows? But here it is. Plantronics.Mindfreak able to finish things off 6-2, mimicking the score but reversing the result of Game 2. And they're able to take out this grand final best of 5 series 3-2.
What a map that was. Shox ending that one up with 14 kills, 2 deaths, and unfortunately, you had the player from Curse Damage ending that one up with 1 kill and 8 deaths. So he didn't have the best of games, but regardless, what a series we saw. We saw dominations, we saw close games, we saw an intense series, and that's why these two teams are arguably the 2 best teams in Australia and New Zealand.
I don't even think it's arguably after that series. They went off the chain. I'm looking at the scoreboard right now. Shox 14 for 2. That is ridiculous. He's the only player to go double digits. The closest to him was Dan's over on the other team, but he went 8 for 6, and he went 14 for 2. That is insane. So, what better way to wrap it up? We saw, of course, Plantronics.Mindfreak first game. Curse respond with 2. Plantronics.Mindfreak to respond with 2 of their own. They wrapped things up 6-2 fashion. They went 5-0. Curse went really well. They played valiantly to get the 2 more points, but then Plantronics.Mindfreak was too strong in the end.
I was actually thinking they were onto something with the comeback story. I mean, I said it, and even I didn't believe it when I said it, but they started off strong. They got 2 rounds, and that was making everyone believe they had something in there. I mean, we've seen some crazy clutches in the past, not just in one map, but in terms of the overall series. And, I mean, Curse have done a lot more in that aspect, of course, but they just couldn't do it this time, and Mindfreak will be your 2K champions.
And they will walk again, and they will walk away with 2,000 of those very juicy MLG Pro points. So I just would like to say officially congratulations to Plantronics.Mindfreak, your tournament winners of the ACL 2K series, and congratulations to Curse coming runner-up. And look, that was an exciting and amazing series to both watch and to cast. But look, that's not all the Call of Duty action we have here in our scene. Of course, we do have the Call of Duty, or the ACL Call of Duty Ghosts League. We've got our standings here standing by. We're going to put them on screen now. And Team Storm, who Luca usually play for, we're seeing them up in the #1 spot with a 100% win rate, and they are just in front of Plantronics.Mindfreak, only because Mindfreak have dropped that 1 more map. And behind them, we just saw our runners up here in this tournament, Curse AU.
They've dropped only 1 series so far, but they've taken out 3, and of course their map ratio is 10-5. Following past them is Fright, who have been doing a very good job so far. They've won 2, they've lost 2. It's 50% so far, and they've been going 6 and 7 in terms of maps. But I mean, that's the top 4 just there, and they're some crazy teams.
They are indeed. And then finishing off the top 8 here, we have Trident Rebellion, Plantronics Envy, and then down the bottom, last but not least, L2 Adapt. Now, don't forget, we are going in next week to week number 3 of ACL's Call of Duty Ghost League action. After the first, I think, 7 weeks, I believe, we're going to be seeing the top 4 teams go by win-loss ratio, go through to the playoffs. So if you've been watching that at home, guys, make sure you keep watching. We'll be bringing you action from that Call of Duty Ghost League starting this coming Tuesday. We'll be bringing you more action right here. But look, just to finish things off here, Plantronics.Mindfreak, and especially the guys of like Fighter. Those guys need a pat on the back and probably a stiff drink after that.
They really do. And I mean, you got to say Shocks as well at the end of that. The duo really just shocked the world.
All of them, really. It's been insane. Well, guys, that will wrap things up for us here in the ACL 2K series. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already, make sure you follow us on Twitter at ACL Pro. I've been Maniac, joined by Mikestar. We'll see you next time.